Hello everyone and welcome to my class. Now in this video to continue with the third chapter of class 9th history, that is Nazism and the rise of Hitler. I'll be talking about Hitler's rise to power. Right, till so far we have discussed about the Treaty of Versailles, the humiliating Treaty of Versailles that was imposed after the First World War, since the reason was Germany was defeated in the war and Germany was held responsible for starting the war, right? So a very humiliating treaty was imposed on Germany, and this treaty, the aim of this treaty was to reduce the power of Germany. Now after that, the economic crisis we have discussed, that it occurred in USA, and it had its severe effects on Germany, which were under the burden of paying repression to the other states, other nations. Right, now in this section I'll be talking about what were the factors which led to the rise of Hitler to the power. So let's talk about the early life of Hitler first, and then we'll be talking about the reasons why he rose to the power. Now, about the early life of Hitler, he was born in 1889 in Austria, and belongs to a very normal family. He joined the army, German army, at a very young age, and he took part. Being a part of army, he took part in the First World War also, where his role in the army was of a messenger, and for his bravery he won the medal also, right? But he was quite disheartened with the fact that Germany lost the First World War, and after the defeat of Germany, the humiliating treaty was imposed on Germany, and the problems that arose after the war was due to that humiliating treaty. So he joined German's Workers' Party in 1919, and soon he rose to popularity, and he took the command of this party, and he renamed it as National Socialist German Workers' Party, and later on he changed the name of the party to Nazi Party. Now this, when it became Nazi Party, his ideas were dominating in the party. I have told you about Nazi word is his ideology of hatred against the criminals of the nation, right? Which he considered the Jews were responsible for national humiliation, and they are the criminals of Germany, right? So the Nazi party, when it converted it into the Nazi party, the sole aim of this party was to spread the Nazi ideology among the people. Now, reasons behind the rise of the Hitler. In 1923, he organized a march to Berlin, right, to capture Berlin so that he can have the power. But he failed in this attempt. He was charged with the treason, and he was sent to an exile. Right. Later on, when he released, he came back to Germany. Now, his aim was to popularize his ideology, to popularize Nazism. Various methods he took under this, right? Due to the economic crisis, in its initial phase, he didn't gain that much of popularity. But when the time of depression started in the year 1929 and 30, the situation in Germany was worse, because large number of German people were unemployed, they lost their jobs, the banks were bankrupted, and the German economy was shattered at that time. So this was the crisis that Germany was facing, and he took the advantage of that, because he was a person who was a born orator. He was very impressive when he delivers speeches. So under Nazi propaganda, he stirred the hope, he raised the hope of the German people about a better future, right, through his speeches, through his Nazi propaganda. We'll be discussing Nazi propaganda in detail, right? He used to make various promises, like a bright future ahead, right? If public will elect him as their leader, then he will ensure that the German people will get a brighter future. He wanted to undo the injustices of the Treaty of Versailles, the humiliating terms that were imposed under this treaty. He wanted to repel all those terms. He wanted to undo those terms, right? He promised to give employment to the youth, right? Which was the most challenging task at that time. He promised to resist all the foreign conspiracies against the Germany. All the European nations who are conspiring against the Germany, whose intention was to reduce the power of Germany, he promised that he will resist against those powers. Then Nazi propaganda. Now Nazi propaganda is the steps taken to popularize the Nazi ideology, the ideology of Hitler. The Nazi ideology, like the red banner with swastik mark, is the symbol of Nazi party, and like the different way of saluting to Hitler when he delivers the speech, a round of applause after every few minutes. Now all these things were to popularize his speeches, to popularize his personality. So projecting Hitler as Messiah or the savior of the people. Now all these dramatized things raise the popularity of Hitler in Germany, because people were suffering badly in Germany at that time, and the current government was not in a state to control the situation. They were not able to do anything for the public. The condition was worse in Germany at that time, and he was instilling new hopes in the minds of German people. So people started liking him because he was talking about positive change in Germany, right? So this led to his popularity among the German people. Now, how the destruction of democracy took place. We have already discussed that in Germany there was a parliament which is called Reichstag. Right now, this parliament was headed by the President Hindenburg at that time, and on 30th January 1933, this President Hindenburg offered the post of chancellorship to Hitler. After seeing his popularity, he offered this post. Now, chancellorship in Germany is the highest cabinet post. So he took this post, and after coming to power, after becoming the Chancellor of Germany, he took many steps to dismantle the democratic setup in Germany, to destroy all the democratic things in Germany. How? Firstly, all the political parties against Nazi parties were banned. The leaders, the criticizers, his criticizers, they were put behind the bars. Now, suspension of the civic right, strict control over the media, taking the freedom of speech and expression from the people. Now, this, so that whatever he is doing within Germany should not be come in the forefront, should not be highlighted among the international media. No one knows about Germany, what all is going on secretly in Germany, right? So he controlled the media, censorship was imposed on media, and he took the civic right of basic freedom of speech and expression from the people. Now, the elimination of the communists, his enemies, the communists, he started killing his opponents, right? And they were shifted to the concentration camps. They were shifted the camps so that they can be killed, right? So to reduce his enemies, he took this step. Then on 3rd March 1933, he passed the Enabling Act. Now, Enabling Act, through this act, the ultimate powers were given to Hitler by the decree, by the rule of decree, and the parliament was set aside, right? So now the powers of the parliament was given to one person, that is Hitler, and he started ruling by decree. Now, created special surveillance to keep a check on his opponents, to keep the check on the people who were criticizing Nazism, who were criticizing Hitler. So what he did, he created special surveillance with existing the green uniformed police and special this SA, that is stormtroopers. These were the police which were already existing. They are taking their control in his hands. He introduced the Gestapo. Gestapo is the state secret police. Created this wing of Gestapo, of state secret police. Then SS, that is the protection squad. Then criminal police and security service, that is SD. All these secret agencies were created to keep an eye on his opponents and on public. No one can raise voice against Nazism, Nazi party, Nazi people, right? They forced this Nazi ideology on the public. If you didn't like Nazism, you have no place in Germany, right? So he created that thing in Germany. Then extra constitutional powers were given to the Nazi government, that at any time they can impose their will on the public. They can do alteration with the constitution. They can make law according to Hitler. So such steps were taken. Concentration camps were built so that they can kill their opponents, right? So these are the steps taken by the Hitler coming to power, and he changed the democratic setup in Germany, and he started ruling at his own will, imposing his ideology on the public. So this is all about Hitler rise to the power, and we'll be discussing in the upcoming videos about the Nazi propaganda in detail, and what steps were taken by Hitler, how he expanded the Germany's power, and how he took the revenge, and what happened after that, right? So keep on watching my videos. Please like, share and review and subscribe this channel. Thank you.